Hello guys, this is the Blockchain Marketing channel and my name is Daria, and today I'm happy to see Diana as a guest, Diana Kocheva. Meet her. She is my big friend. She's from Ukraine also, and now she's living in London from the beginning of full-scale war in Ukraine. So Diana, hello, I'm happy to see you.
Hi, Daria. Thank you for having me today. I wish we can just sit and talk in Kiev like in old good times together, not making it online interview, but I'm still grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you for joining me and thank you for your time. I hope our today's conversation will be very interesting for our listeners and subscribers of Blockchain Marketing channel. Diana, can you tell me more about what you're doing now?
Before, it was really easy to introduce myself. It will be like, hey, I'm Diana and I'm woman in tech. But this year made a lot of changes. And I'm always starting now that I'm, first of all, Ukrainian. And I'm really proud of it. I'm a passionate art collector, Web3 enthusiast, and also head of business development of ThirdBlock. It's also happened to be that I'm a founder of London Tech Community. It appeared to be the biggest Ukrainian IT community in UK that is helping Ukrainian girls from tech. We're helping them find local job and socialize faster.
So my first question is about your enter in crypto. Can you describe your way into crypto, when it was and how it started?
I was always, let's say, on dark side of IT. I was always in sales side. So when my ex-boss came to me in 2016 and told me that I need to sell blockchain, I was like, what? What is this? For me, it was just a buzzword from, I don't know, not news yet. So it wasn't like so viral in any news feed. But I called my friend, who's like actually husband of my friend, and I was like, hey, I remember that you're working in data science or something. Just please explain to me what blockchain is, because my boss, he just told me this phrase and, run somewhere. And it took him maybe 30 minutes, and he's like super passionate guy. I do believe that he's, born to be a teacher. And he was trying to explain me about all these hashes, about securing the data, but I was like, okay, it's not making any sense now, but let me figure this out. Then we have also different calls with potential clients. And what surprised me the most, that no one knew back then what it is, but they all wanted it. Mm-hmm. And that's how I started working with blockchain technology. For me, first blockchain project was 2017, and I guess it took me 2 months to realize that it can be implemented in any industry, any project, and I became really ambassador of this technology. What surprised me the most, it's how it's super convenient, it's super fast, and it's making it's storing your data more securely. And you can see that it was like super revolutionary technology for safety measures. But talking about crypto, again, fun fact that I became crypto owner. Let's talk about cryptocurrency only this year when war started, when Russia invaded Ukraine, and it was the only way to, save your money. And I used to have MetaMask before when we were working with some like NFT projects, but I was never a crypto fan. I was always the one who was saying, hey, I'm blockchain enthusiast and I'm implementing it in many industries, mostly healthcare. So again, it was like a fun fact just because I choose the most bureaucratic and old-fashioned industry to start with. But again, I saw that like perfect fit for data sensitivity of healthcare database. And in my mind, it was a perfect match to use with blockchain technology. But talking about cryptocurrencies, yes, the first one I got was in this February.
What did you buy?
Mm-hmm. So I basically bought some stable coins, USDT, no Luna, I was lucky, and some Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum. I also believe in Ethereum, and I think that it's most it's better. It's better currency for investments, not for trading, but for investments.
Talking about cryptocurrency and my my vision for them, it's obviously risky investment. So it's, again, in my circumstances, it was just the way to not to make money, but to save them. And when we see that the currency is obviously going down, I'm just doing nothing with it. I'm not playing around. I'm not into, I don't know, active investment. It's just like, okay, it's there. Let's just keep it that way. And maybe one time I'll be like, okay, I need one more project to do, or I have some free time, then maybe I'll try some active investment.
So, Diana, please tell me more about projects you're involved now, about your London tech community for women, about your currently workplace. So let's start from London tech community and then go to your current place of work.
So, long story short, I came to London and I had no job. So just because we were talking with partner of art tech startup, and it was my first day in London, and we talk like, okay, it's obviously we are not in that position for both of us to continue working on it. So let's put it on pause. And it was the first time I realized that I actually need to find something for me. I'm in a new country, new city, so I need to find a new job. And I found it super quick. I signed an offer. It was my first week in London. And it was exactly what I was looking for. Firstly, it was art tech industry. Me working before in med tech and financial sector, it was big step for me to follow my dreams. Second step was I was really looking for socialize faster. And I was looking for a really nice team, London-based, so I needed a company with actually office there and with colleagues with whom I can drink coffee or go into pub afterwards and going on holidays together. And third thing, I really wanted some independency and to check the scene by myself. So I got all this. It was a jackpot. And that's how community started, because friends of my friends, they heard that I found a job super easy and super fast. They started passing my phone number. But again, just to remind you or everyone who's like watching us today, I'm neither recruiter, I'm neither event manager, I'm not even, let's say, job coach. Now everyone are laughing and calling me like Tony Robinson in a skirt or like with red lipstick. But before, I was never doing this, and I was actually never interested in. I was always active participant of all these organizations and community. I believe in community spirit, so it's totally about me, but I never have any intentions to lead it. It's all happened like so organically. I was like telling, okay, girls, I really want to help everyone, but it's just taken too much time and efforts. And first of all, I'm not professional in neither of your sphere, because mostly all of girls were from IT sector, but they have different backgrounds. For example, I'm doing business development all my life. And when someone was like, I don't know, Scrum Master, and they were like asking me about some certifications, do local companies are looking for such professional, or maybe they need to redo their CV. I was like, I have no idea. Let's just find someone who can help us. And that's how it's all started. I just started, I don't know, networking with people and listening what they are doing. I remember it was one event when I met a girl who was recruiter, Google recruiter, and I was telling, okay, I have a lot of girls who is like really who really needs advice on how to adapt their CVs. I don't know what to recommend them. I was hired without CV. So just please, can you make a workshop for us? And every Saturday we started having this, I don't know, unofficial meetings. It was in the park just because it was, first of all, nice weather. Yeah, in London, weather is nice. So all that stuff about rain, it's stereotypes, so people won't go there. But without jokes, every Saturday we had some useful workshops. And why I was doing it at park, just because we have a lot of girls. And I was trying to do online registration, but it was, I don't know, every event manager that I met, they were telling that I had like totally another experience from another world, because we had 30 registration and 50 girls were showing off. And it's impossible to find any place to suit everyone in London when you don't have your own office or you don't want to pay deposit for a cafe. And we started having these meetings every week. Every week I was inviting someone from my network, or I started asking everyone, like, do they know any experts that can help us? I started also invited big companies who are also looking for new employers. And again, we are quite lucky here in UK, because in general, all British people, you can feel that they are sincere and they're willing to help. So I would say that everyone was helping. And for me, what fascinates the most, that even I knew some of them were actually my ex-clients from fintech world. And I know for sure that their calendars are super busy, but still they were finding time and having meeting with us. And I have no idea how it happened, but from April, I held, again, by myself, 65 different events. It started from offline once a week, but then it became, several online events as well, or we started doing some, even non-work related stuff. We were once visiting art workshop of an artist, Ukrainian artist. Everyone loved it. And before I was always shy because I'm too passionate about art, and I feel always that I'm talking about it too much, but it feels like it's really needed, because all Ukrainian girls from tech that I met here, they also want to, let's say, even for one evening, forget about work and feeling relaxed, or trying to pretend their normal life, because in normal life we weren't focused only on work, we were going out with our friends. So that's how also one more, let's say, branch of our community started, because we started doing also some events just for socializing. And I'm really lucky, because for last Saturday, I was having last offline meeting of this year, and I was doing a little bit recap. And what surprised me a lot, that most girls, they actually found friends. More than 10% already found their job, and I'm really proud of these numbers. It's like 72 girls already found job, and it's only official numbers. I really hope to hear more successful stories. Some of them, they even found accommodation, and most of them found good friends. So I still have no idea how it happened, but I became founder of one community.
I know how it happened. I remember that you helped many people in Ukraine to get a job. So I think it's your superpower to connect people and to help them find a job, good job. So
I was like, maybe I need to consider myself to move to other part of tech, but again, without it like highlighting from the others, and without these successful stories, I was like always helping people. But it was the first time when I tried to do it, like concentrate first of all in one place, and second, structurize the data. Just because, again, talking about me, I mix chaos, and structurizing is not good, but it's not time efficiency. Because beside this part of London tech community, I also have full-time job that I'm super passionate about. I also have family that was living in Ukraine, and I was like trying to get to them here. And I even had a dog, and it was like international operation that 32 people were involved, and finally George were stepping in London. So this year, it was crazy times.
George is truly a British dog.
Actually, George, you've seen George, and George looks like he is the one who moved me here. So while he's walking in London, everyone's like, oh yeah, you moved to London because of this guy. I was like, it's sort of opposite, but let's see. Yeah.
Can you tell me more about the ThirdBlock? What is the project? What do you do in this project?
So ThirdBlock, it's a British startup. I'm always laughing when I'm saying British because we have only, let's say, 2 guys from UK. All the team is super international and I'm really proud of it. It's creating diversity. I mostly work in with cultural sector, and when people, I don't know, from the streets or even like my parents, when they are asking me what I'm actually doing, I'm like telling that I'm digitalizing cultural institutions. And again, you see me finding the most bureaucratic, old-fashioned industry and disrupting it. And I can see a lot of common problems with healthcare, like seriously, the same issues. So for me, it wasn't, I don't know, super challenging as for maybe guys from most, I don't know, even like more fast industries. I'm working with big names like Dali Foundation, Casa Buonarroti, and many others, and feel super proud when some of my friends or, I don't know, people I met first time, they're telling that they went or visited some museum in any part of the world, and I was like, hey, did you check their merchandising? It was me. So I really feel connected and passionate about disrupting the oldest industry first, and second is helping industry which I really love. And it was, I don't know, since my childhood, I was always the one who was visiting every gallery and museum. So I truly believe that I'm helping them to move forward and move in times, just because changes should happen, and even if they don't want to happen at fast, I want to be part of them.
You have been interested in art for a long time. I know that you collected, and I hope you're still collecting these pieces of art. Can you tell me more about your study at MoMA, at Sotheby's Institute of Art? What did you get from this education?
So art was my biggest passion since the childhood. Actually, my first higher education was visual arts that I received as an exchange student in United States. And I have tons of funny stories. And one of my favorite, that when I was studying in Ukraine in like typical art school, I was the only one in history of all Zaporizhia художественная школа, of like Zaporizhia art school, that received A in art history class, just because we had really, I wouldn't say the worst teacher, because all I know is thanks to her bad character. She was telling that no one knows anything on A, and she was always challenging me, and I was like, okay, let's like challenge accepted.
Let's try.
Yeah. And all class were also happy with this challenge, because they were the one who were asking me any questions about, I don't know, art history of Ionichsky columns or whatever. I was always the one who was like helping everyone so we can get through. And yeah, long story short, I got an A. But now everyone's laughing that it was legendary. After that, after me studying in US, I came back to Ukraine, and I was working mostly in international development. I was working in European Union Mission Control of Borders. I was studying in Customs Academy. You see, nothing about art, but actually there was one class that particularly got my interest, and it was the main reason why I was enrolled there. It was evaluation of cultural goods. But everyone was lying to me and saying that I can choose it as a major, but it appeared to be only one class in 5 years. So, and I guess in those times, I wasn't caring about art that much, just because I was mostly involved in international communication, in international relationships mostly, and started working in UBAM. But in 2014, the mission stopped. It was unsafe. When the war started, it was unsafe for their managers, and they just shut down the program in Ukraine. And I started looking for a new job, and it was my first business development role, and that's how I also enrolled in IT, but it's another story. Talking about art, for me, it was always my biggest hobby, and thanks to COVID, I finally got time when I wasn't flying to business conference every day and I knew where tomorrow I will be. It was first time I have ever got time for myself, and I was like, maybe I can do some online courses. And that's how I found course from MoMA. And for me, it appeared to be so easy, and I became so passionate about it. I started telling to all my friends. I started being enrolled in projects for orphan houses in Kyiv region. I was doing lectures for kids, and my friends started being jealous. It's like, why you're telling to these teenagers? You should tell us. We're also interested to hear more about artist life or all these paintings. And maybe it was first time when I realized that it's our really basic need. So before this, I was sure that it's only my basic need. And for someone, it's just, I don't know, extra knowledge. But I realized that it's basically everyone needs this knowledge for background, and we all have this passion to art, passion to the beauty. And people just need to have more context. Why everyone is laughing that I have like black belt on saving contemporary art and telling why they are 3-year-old kids, they can't draw the same. Just because I know the background, and people who are watching this, I don't know, Pollock's paints all over, they don't know the story about his character or why he was drawing it, why it's so revolutionary. You just need to tell it out loud. And second insight that I got, that you need to tell it interesting. Just because in art history lessons, it's all about storytelling. And in art history lessons, they are doing everything to look like more snobbish, all these centuries they were telling that art is only for high class. But no, I mean, when you are walking in the streets, for example, when I'm walking in the streets with my friend, and she's like, oh, I know it, it's Modigliani, just because I was like telling her something, people are feeling like, I don't know, so happy. You just need to show them, give them context, and they will create this visibility of seeing things, and then they will realize what they're reminded. And when this time my friends are watching movies, I don't know, like Wes Anderson movies, because he's like one of our favorite producers and filmmaker, and she's like always pointing like, okay, did you see this picture? It's it's like, it reminds me of something, and I'm just telling the name of that painting, and they feel so happy. And it's all started with, I don't know, some extra classes for my friends. So they were basically bringing me wine, and I was like making small presentation for them. And that's how I started involved in this more, I wouldn't say professionally, because I was still feeling guilt for me talking about art out loud when I don't have special profession or when I don't have special degree. So last year I decided, okay, I was like super commercially successful, working in outsource companies, having like contracts with 7 numbers, but I wasn't happy. And I realized that it's time when I need to move forward and go in somewhere where I feel scary. And it was art. And I went to Sotheby's Institute of Art just because it gave me permission to myself to talk about it out loud. But the basic knowledge, I was lucky to receive it before, just because it was always my hobby. I was reading a lot, I was watching. But now I just, I don't know, felt more empowered to talk about it.
I'm in love with contemporary art, to be honest. I don't understand people who don't like art, contemporary art. So I'm in love with this.
I'm in love with your style, so that's how we became friends.
Do you collect art?
Yeah, I'm super passionate art collector, and I'm mostly focused on Ukrainian contemporary art. Again, I do believe that now when we are abroad, it's our obligation to be brand ambassadors of Ukraine. And I feel, I don't know, pity, anger, and all mixed emotions when I see it's not Ukrainian artists, but when I see some, I don't know, charity shops of selling Ukrainian art, and there's like sunflowers, fields, and it gave me so mixed feelings just because we have so much to show the world. We have so many great names, but no one heard about them. And actually, it's also one project that I'm involved recently. Finally, Ukraine will have a great visibility in the end of March. We will have the biggest names in Ukrainian contemporary shown in London, in center of London, in super fancy place near Victoria and Albert Museum. And we have the best curator in the world that is in the Wikipedia on first page. So it's like, finally, there will be a good show for highlighting Ukrainian art. And what I'm doing as collector, because again, one main role of collectors is to help to fall in love to artists that you already got into your walls. So you need to invite more friends to the dinners. You need to tell stories, not just, I don't know, okay, here's the dog, here, like, that's it. No, but when someone even from different countries, they are visiting my place, I'm making them excursions and telling, okay, do you know this is like the best college artist in the world, and she's Ukrainian, and here's her piece. I was lucky to get her just because we were involved in one exhibition. Here's the piece that I got in Lviv recently. And so, I mean, I'm always trying to popularize Ukrainian artists that I am buying. I'm always trying to spend more money on Ukrainian artists just because I feel that we need to support them. And I do believe that it's just beautiful.
Yeah. We need to make Ukrainian art more popular in the world because it's fantastic and nobody knows about this. So, yeah. Did you buy NFTs, for example?
Yeah, with NFTs, for me, it's a different story. For example, before invasion, I supposed to be a speaker at the conference, and I supposed to tell in March why you should invest in classical art, not NFTs, and all my speech was based on this. Obviously, conference in March never happened because one of organizers were from Ukraine, and it was postponed till June, and in June it was a completely different story. I was starting with my picture in my old apartment in Kiev, where I lived only for 7 days. So for me, it was like I was waiting for that moment for a long time. I was doing all preparations for 4 months. I was finally putting all art pieces in the walls, and war started. And I started the speech from that picture. It's like, okay, did you see that art on the walls? It's gone now. So talking about my collection of NFTs, mostly it's big names and also some, I don't know, contemporary digital artists who are just starting, and I just wanted to support them. Fun statistics. When I was doing research for my startup in the past, I was seeing that 72% of all girls who are girls collectors, they're buying art to support artists. In talking about men, this statistics is showing only 17%. So maybe now I'm speaking only to another ladies who are watching us, and for me it's mostly supporting young artists. But beside this, I also bought some Marina Abramovic, who is on the horse, and I totally adore her. She's granny of performance, and I adore her. And for Tezos, it was also a big move because as far as I remember, it was their first big project in art field. So they wanted to start it with some big names. And yeah, I bought it.
Will you sell it?
We will see. Just because now, no, I'm not selling it. For me, it's also interesting to develop myself and my NFT collection. I'm not from that guys who are, I'm calling them flippers. I'm not buying some, fancy NFT for joining some close club for like Bored Apes. I'm not from that part of the team. But at least I also bought some NFT just to join one community in London. It's actually like private club, and it allows you and gives you permission to enter those events. So it was also a nice experience of usage in the event field. Again, talking about my work, I also help some artists. For example, we really have like... It's one of the projects I'm really proud of, because we combined South Korean artists organization called Nonsu, and in Shoreditch, in the middle of London, in the heart of the east of London, we made offline exhibitions. So while all world is putting physical artists like Web 2 to Web 3, we made totally different and totally opposite. Mm-hmm. We took digital artists and showed it to people who are just, passing by. We had a lot of people who have seen NFT for the first time, and they were amazed that it's so many ways of how to use it, and like the usage of NFT is, it's endless. You can come up with any idea that might work, and we were combining them and trying to show that you can use it for different reasons. For example, we had one project that's called Virtual Boyfriend. So when you were buying NFT, mm-hmm. you were actually buying time for the date online. South Korean artist, she hired an actor, and she created 4 types for him. And while we had like this opening exhibition, I had this online date, virtual one with the sweet type. And for me it was also interesting to hear that in South Korea it's really popular to rent someone for the dates. And
in Japan and South Korea, yes.
And it was one usage that we were highlighting. So I guess it was like the most popular in British society. Second project were, again, based on South Korean traditions. They have really old traditions of buying and selling the dreams. So, for example, you had nightmare and you can sell it to someone, or you have a really nice dream and your friend want to buy it just because they feel like they need it. And when you are buying NFT, you're basically buying a ticket to the online library of all these dreams in the world. And you can choose whatever dream and you can buy it for extra money. So it was really interesting. One girl, was mostly involved as social activism artist. And we were making NFT just for to show Patreon challenge. People, when buying NFT, they were just buying it to support her next move so she can do this project in another country. One boy who is photographer, he made 360 digits of the same place but during different time. And for us, it was let's say, the most traditional way of using NFT, just because it's digital copy of digital image. And I really like the idea when you're buying NFT. Without this NFT, it won't be the whole project anymore, just because it was showing the time and it's all unique pieces. We also had NFT that is music, which some people also, they never heard that you can use it this way. And we put it all in one exhibition space. And I really believe that it was super successful because it was mostly for educational reasons. We were showing people from different sectors, from different backgrounds, of how you can, use it, do it, or buy it.
What's the difference between Web 2 and Web 3 art? Do you see the difference? Can you describe your opinion?
Yeah, again, in my case, if art would be a tree, it's just different branches. And I can see that there will be nice ways of collaborating between them. Mm-hmm. But I would never put it in one place together, because for me, it's just too different. And talking from even like professional point of view or from investment point of view, there will be always highlighting different stuff, except artists. So artist or creator still need to be the most important figure in all this collaboration. The most positive outcome of all this, NFT craze, that there are so much more people who are involved, it increased attention to digital art in general. So digital artists who are drawing beautiful digital works, now they finally have their platform, now they have their visibility. What I can see, video performance guy. But again, I would say for video performance, 10 years ago, it was a hit when a lot of collectors were buying their works. Before, there were still stigma how you will show it. You need to buy a new TV and invite your friends and to show that it's in on your collection. I do believe that it's helping development of two of these sides, of Web 2 and Web 3 art. It's helping each other and the quality is really growing.
So let's imagine what will happen after the era of Web 3. What do you think about this?
First of all, I would say that it's too early to create or to think about era after Web 3, just because that 98% of all art business is still non-digital market.
Yeah. I know, but still, let's imagine. So, your thoughts? You can imagine and you can dream.
So, in my mind, again, it's all about, let's say, interoperability of data. Again, in healthcare world, it was interoperability of healthcare data. To art, it will be interoperability of artists using their brush strokes, using their instruments and collaboration. So Web3 is also showing that community is really important, but I'm not even talking about fan database. I'm mostly talking about collaborating between artists and creating something together. So in era after it, there will be no individuals. There will be just common world, and I do believe that it will be mostly in our minds, or we will draw or create something just with mind.
What inspires you in so tough times, or maybe what helps you to relax?
Unfortunately, I still couldn't find anything that can help me relax. I don't have any free time. I don't have any strengths and any resources. I'm just counting hours till vacation. It will be tomorrow. But and it's again funny that everyone kept telling me that I'm so resourceful because I'm doing so much. But honestly, I'm not. I just didn't have another choice. This year I put completely everything on pause on my professional sphere and let's say private sphere of life. I don't feel that I developed as much as I wanted it, but from the other side, I also think that even this community and helping others opened so many talents that was always inside me, that I didn't need to develop some, new characteristics or new functionality from the outside. It just happened to be that I opened a box and I was just taking it from my body. And that's why I'm also taking 1 month of vacation. And I believe that it will be a really important time for me to put something in my box and put resource in me, because I also all this year wanted just, to lay down and cry and feel pity for myself. I just didn't have time for this. And now when I feel that it's not war in Ukraine, unfortunately, it's not over, and I have no idea when it will be over, and we still need time, and we still need money, and we still need a lot of help to do. But now I believe that I need, as a human being, and my body needs to relax, and we will see what will help me with this, just because I still have no idea what it will be. I also tried to do some sports this year. It didn't help, just because I don't have any energy to. Before I was super sporty and doing, tennis, running. Now I'm no.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
This year my body is just like telling, okay, maybe not today. So maybe after vacation I will share some insights, and I will share what helped me to recover myself.
Do you want to invite some girls for your London meetings, or do you want to say something for girls in crypto, maybe?
First of all, if you're interested in this industry, just go for it. For me, Web3 is all about your past background and usage of knowledge that you had before and how you can implement it in a new way. So what I'm telling to every girl that I met here in London tech community and while networking, I'm just telling that any knowledge is super useful, and you will always have something unique in your background and in your experience that can save any kind of project. So if you were always curious about Web3 or crypto but had no strengths, or like you were too scary to move to this industry, just go for it.
Yeah, don't be shy and everything will be fine. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate your time with me, and you make great impact. You make a lot. You make many things for Ukrainians in London, for women in London, and for people in Ukraine. I know this. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you will be relaxed in next couple of weeks.
Thank you. I need it. Thank you, Daria.
Yeah, thank you for coming, and guys, thank you for watching us, for listening us. I'm very happy. It was our very first interview, but I'm happy that we made it. And follow me, follow Diana. I will leave her links to social media. So follow us and keep in touch. Let's keep in touch at the Blockchain Marketing channel.
Thank you, Daria.